Welcome everybody to the neutral side of football perspective. In today's match we'll be talking about is Arsenal versus Wolves. Arsenal beating Wolves 2-0 at the Emirates. But we've got to, before we talk about this match, obviously the review that I did, Ipswich versus Wolves, Liverpool won 2-0. Newcastle won 1-0 against Southampton. Shaw got a red card. Everton lost 3-0 to Brighton, and Forest is still playing against Bournemouth 1-1 due to the fact that Danilo got suffering from a injury, long-term injury, on BBC Sport. First off, give it pay some respects to Danilo, footballer. Got injured against Bournemouth today, and I didn't see the injury. I didn't see how horrific the challenge was, but we got to in football. You can hate a club or you can hate a player, but you don't want someone to face a life-risking injury. So yeah, back to the game. Arsenal was dominated. It was no surprise that Arsenal dominated the game. Arsenal had the best possessions. Arsenal had everything in the game. But I think Arsenal, yes, they're signing Marino from Real Sociedad, which is a good deal because Marino's been doing good with Spain in the Euros. The last minute goal against Germany. But I still think Arsenal need a striker to fit in with what they need. Currently they're using Havertz, Jesus and Ketia, but I think for them to compete for titles, to win the Premier League title, they need a striker that can fight with Arsenal. And I think Jesus or Ketia is the type of player. But the thing is, what I love about Arsenal today is the fact that Arsenal defended really good. And they knew that, Kilman has gone to West Ham. That is going to be a massive advantage. And they used it. They used Saka and Martinelli properly. They gave the right passes. And this is finally we get to see a match where the passes were right. We didn't see a match when the passes were right against Fulham versus Man United. We didn't see the passes go right against Liverpool versus Ipswich Town. But they did what they could. And Arsenal, they played you know what? Just because we lost the last two titles against City, their mentality is we need something. We need to do something. We can't just beat a Man City's shadow. And that is how Arteta wants. The defending has been good. The Totti and Havertz fight, I think that should have been a red card for me. I think that Totti put his hands on Havertz's throat. And the thing is that we've seen this so many times where, I remember that two seasons ago, wasn't it, when Fernandes had that challenge on the Palace player, and he put his hand, and the picture looks like that Fernandes used his hand, but it was straight down. He holded him, tried to hold Havertz to the throat, and even Havertz was in pain. You can see in the match that Havertz was in pain, so Totti should have been red carded. I think is the fact that Arsenal, they're bringing back to where they want from the past, where they need to compete for the title race, is being. It's been interesting for the last two seasons. And now, I think this is their year to win the title. I think this is the year for Arsenal to win the title, because if City get their charges, then Arsenal could find an easy target, but something they can look up to. And plus, Arne Slot's a good manager, but he's still got a lot to work with. Wolves, on the other hand, I don't get Gary O'Neill. He had 3 months off from May to August. He has important signings. The defense was weak. The defense fell apart. Defense just let Arsenal walk past them. The second goal from Havertz, not Havertz and from Saka. They fell asleep from the free kicks to score. It's just like they're missing Kilman. I think Gary O'Neill, they need to figure out what to do with the fact that they sold their best player to West Ham. Yes, Wolves beating us in the pre-season, but that's pre-season. They need to think, okay, what is our strategy? How are we going to figure out what to do? I mean, their second best defender, Dawson, hasn't been in the starting lineup today. He was on the bench, so that is a crisis. The crisis for Wolves to not use their second best defender, Dawson, and the fact that it's taking them 3 months to figure out what to do with replacements of Kilman is going to be a struggle. You can't just go into a match without preparation, and just the attacking players that Cunha and Belgrade, it has been good, but I think that the Wolves is struggling with their defence, and that's going to make them go down and fight for the relegation battle, because if you don't have a good defence in the Premier League, then teams like Arsenal, City, United, Spurs, Liverpool, Chelsea can smell blood. They can smell blood, and they can smell the fear that the defence had, because their left back and right back hasn't been at it. I think that Maresca from Wolves being their best player, but Saka has been the best player overall game. Arsenal has got a lot to think about. I mean, how are they going to play the season? They need to get a good striker, someone that can get to the ball. But in this instance, they just need. For me, I see Jesus and Nketiah. They're not I don't see them with first team strikers. I don't see them as a team, first team strikers. I see them as second rate strikers. Both of them, yes, they both played as a striker for Arsenal for Mikel Arteta, but I think because the fact that when Jesus played for Man City, he was always a second rate striker. When Nketiah trained the first team squad, he wasn't really a first team striker compared to players like when Arsenal had like Aubameyang and Lacazette. So that is going to be a question that Edu and Arteta need to think, because that can't. They need a goal scorer from the forward that can score more consistently. And if you put players that are like second rate strikers, that's going to be a massive problem for me. As a neutral perspective, if I was an Arsenal manager, yes, they bought Calafiori, but it is going to be a massive problem that Arsenal has been having since the last 2 seasons. Strikers, so, and credit to Arsenal with their good performances, but they need to do something more. They need to do something that can get them into a title, because Nketiah and Jesus are strikers. that's going to be a massive challenge. Thanks for watching this video. Hit the subscribe button if you and hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. And the next video will be the West Ham versus Aston Villa match. That will be actually starting in 15 minutes. That review will be on 2 hours, 15 minutes. Yeah, 7:30. 7:30. Yeah. Peace, I'm out. Come on, you guys.